Hey, what's up, everyone? There's been a lot going on in the family, in the personal department, as far as there's been a lot of, where there's family, there's always drama, issues, arguments, and things like that. That comes with family. But this is not about that. There's been a lot of that type of thing going on lately, and that's not what this video is about. The one I'm making today is for prayers for my nana. As you may or may not know, we went to a wedding, my cousin's wedding, her wedding on Saturday, October 29th. And apparently my uncle's wife's sister came to visit them seeing them on Thursday. Now, she knew she had something. She knew she was sick. She should not have boarded the plane. She should not have come over there, but she did. But she doesn't like him anyway, really. But that's not what I'm going to get into with this video. That's not the big mess. There's a whole family mess about just arguments over land and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But the thing is, what's going on with my nana? This is what happened. So this is what led up to it. I stay out of it. We stay out of it. We don't even get into it. All that other stuff. But she's not doing well. This is what happened. That person I was telling you about, the sister-in-law to my uncle, one of my uncles, she came over sick when they had this sale. They were having a yard sale event, and she visited. Now she went back where she lives the day of. On Friday, I think she went back. Thursday, and then Friday she went back. Well, she gave them whatever it was, and then they didn't know it. They didn't really feel that bad. Well, my uncle, I thought he sounded kind of congested and sick at the wedding. There was like 40 people there in all at the wedding. And so they thought she might have had the virus, and some said it was the flu. Well, he sounded congested. I thought he was sounding sick and looked sick. He said he was really tired. Turns out we were all over, we hugged each other, all this stuff. We spoke, we had a good time. And then we were in my aunt's house. Later, my father and I were in my aunt's house with my other cousin and her fiance and my aunt, my nana, my father, and myself. We were all in there, all six of us. Well, then it turns out, the very next day, Nana was like, well, I've got a bit of a cough, but I'm okay. Turns out today, my Nana collapsed in the house. No one knew it. I wish she would have had her alert button on her chest, but she didn't. She collapsed this morning. She dropped the phone, couldn't get to it. And so now my aunt took her to the hospital. She found out, and she went in there, seen her, and helped her up. And they called the EMS. They called 911. Got the ambulance to get her, and they took her to this hospital in the city that is probably 60 miles from, maybe 70 from their location, and that's where they put her. And now she stayed with her through till about midnight, 12:30ish. And now she's on an IV, and of course they're putting fluids in her system because my Nana's oxygen level was extremely low, and she's having pneumonia-like symptoms, extremely congested. They tested her, came back later and said it was the flu, which honestly was a lot like this virus. If you know what I'm talking about, I don't want to mention it or anything because I don't know why they're really particular, and the algorithms are. But that's what happened. So now, not only, I'm glad my mama didn't go, but to the wedding. So not only was my Nana exposed to it. The symptoms popped up 2 days later. She got so dizzy, congested, and coughed, couldn't breathe, and then she fell over, collapsed. So now, not only that, now Nana has it. One of my uncles has it. His wife has it. Their group has it, and the church people that were there were exposed to it, potentially exposed to it. My other cousin was potentially exposed to it. My other cousin, her fiance, my other aunt, my Nana got it, and then my uncle, now I and my father could have been exposed to whatever that was. And now, what if we gave it to Mama and it won't show up for? With us, things show up later, and they take so long to go away. So that's what's going on. Now she's in the hospital, and that's the update. So let's keep love and prayers and hope that everything goes well. So that is what has happened for the past day or so. Much love and thank you for the kindness. Oh, another thing. So they say it's the flu. That's what they said. So we'll see. My aunt's going to go back out there tomorrow to the hospital and see how it's going. My father was actually going to be in, but then it turns out they asked him to take an empty trailer up to Pittsburgh, Kansas, through Missouri. So he's going to go back up there with another run for his job. So he was originally going to be home, but by the time we got there to pick him up, they called him and told him that he was going to go back out and just take his 10-hour break. So that didn't work out where he wasn't able to go over there. But we called everyone, and I texted, and we called and tried to get a hold of everyone and sort things out, figure it out, what was going on. And that is what we found out. She didn't sound good at all on the phone. She sounded super congested, and she was stopped up, and it took them a long time to get her up onto her feet. And then my Nana wound up driving her to a different hospital. So they admitted her into there and put her IV, like I said, they put an IV on her. And pumped her full of fluids, did some tests. And that's what they're going to. They actually admitted her into the hospital now, so they don't know how long she'll be in there. So that's the updates. Thank you for the love. I've been sharing in emails with a couple of people. Not a lot, but a couple of people. I appreciate the love, by the way, that you give. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, and I'll keep you updated. That's what happened.